yesterday. This promises to be a mouth-watering quarter-final contest. Moving forward from the the men's doubles final. We now have the mixed doubles quarter-final for you. George Wall and Danny Townsend up against Roman Esteraja and Pekau. The fourth and the fifth seeds here going at it for a spot in the semi-final. Getting nice and warmed up on championship court. It's not that sunny today. The conditions a lot more cool. And those funky caps looking nice and fresh. Ready to rumble here. Can Georgie Wall and Danny Townsend get off to a good start? They're looking very relaxed there in conversation. The nice mustache. Raising the fashion quotient. George Wall there. Let's listen it to all our quarterfinalists.
Second final beckons, and we have a bunch of very happy chappies around me. Are you done with your amazing warm-up, man? Buddy, Roman, I'm gonna start with you. I saw all of you guys. It's a big final, points at stake, money at stake, and you guys on both ends were dancing, chilling. Is that something you do to get out of your head so you can relax?
Yeah, I think with Pei, we have great vibes. This is our first time playing together, but so excited to share the court with her.
How excited are you to play with Roman for the first time? You know, he's a big, aggressive guy on the pitch, on the court rather. How's he off the court?
I just chill with Roman and just have fun, yeah.
See, some things never change. Lady of few words leaves all the talking. I'm going to come here, guys. You guys have some really interesting t-shirts. I know, yo, my peeps. What do you plan to do in the game? Because you guys look super chill. Do you have a particular game plan for these two?
They're both great players. It's going to be a privilege to share the court with them today and have a good match. And, you know, we came out of the court with some good energy, and we hope to keep that going.
How long have you guys been playing together for?
Oh, probably since the start of this year was our first time playing together. But I guess we train in the same park, Holland Park.
One thing I should ask you just before I let you go, I shouldn't rather, one thing you can't stand about him.
Well, I can't stand about him. He's just like an old man.
I'm going to hide my white hair and get out of here, guys. Enjoy the finals. Good luck, guys.
The 21-year-old Danny Townsend just says, I have an old man next to me. That's the one thing she doesn't like about her partner. Fun banter, but let's now listen in to our chief referee.
Third, if you get there, all right? Call your outlines, sideline, baseline, center line. I call the non-volley zone line for footfalls and short serves. If you disagree with your opponent's call, you can appeal to me. If I see it, I'll rule on it. If I don't, the call will stand. However, you have the option of challenging the call via video. And you have 3 video challenges in the match, okay? So when you use them, whether you win or lose, there are only 3. Yep. Fair enough? All right, any questions for me? No. All right, let's do this coin toss and get you guys warming up. All right. Make sure. This is head. Okay. So, yeah. All right. That's tail. 10 tail. 10 tails. Cool. Head or tails?
I reckon it's a heads. Heads for me.
Head it is. All right. You have a choice of ends, receive or defer.
We'll start on this side.
You choose this end. Okay, would you like to receive? You also have the serve. Fair enough. 3 minutes to warm up.
So George Wall and Danny Townsend winning the toss, and a little bit of mind play, saying we're winning already. Nice confidence there, and they choose the side and want to receive the serve. Of course, George Wall, lots of experience coming in from Australia, the Major League Pickleball captain there for the Fast Fours. It'll be interesting to see how he uses the experience from the Major League Pickleball world here at the PWR DUPR India Masters. And speaking of his experience, you heard his partner Danny Townsend also highlighted. The 21-year-old believes she's playing with an old man, having some fun on court. You can always see that, enjoying themselves, keeping the competitive spirit high and also the fun quotient high. That's Roman Estereja on your screen there. And we shift our focus now to what promises to be another sensational day of pickleball here at the R.K. Khanna Tennis Stadium in the national capital. We've had some thrillers over the last 2 days. That's Pekao. She's one of the most delightful players to watch, and again, all of them just getting nice and warm. Roman, Pekao, George Wall, Danny Townsend, all of them buddies. They train together from time to time. As a community, pickleball players really support and back each other. That's the beautiful thing about this sport. And now on your screen, the man with the most experience amongst the 4 athletes, George Wall there. And here you can see that the teammates are warming each other. They are helping them out from opposite ends of the court. They're not going to be playing as the pairs you can see currently. That's not how it works. They just are on the opposite ends for their respective warm-ups. And in about a minute or so, we shall start this quarterfinal.
One minute.
"31-year-old Roman Estereja saw him alongside his Australian partner Mitch yesterday. Really good performance. Can that experience help alongside Pekao, now the 29-year-old? Both of them have a very solid DUPR rating, 5.8 for Roman and 5.5 for Pekao. And on your right, the youth, the young, exuberant Danny Townsend, who calls 28-year-old George Wall an old man. So that's going to be fun, how they complement each other.
All right.
Let's listen in now
Danny.
to Mr. Byron Fresso.
Danny. All right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to get this action going. See, we have a lot of kids in the crowd here. Are you kids ready? You know about pickleball? We want to get you kids pumped up now, so give these guys a big hand when they do something great out there. So
Special moment.
don't just sit on your hands. Cheer them.
Chief
Be
referee
excited,
Byron
all right?
Fresso gets
Good, we're going to get this going
the
now.
budding
Right.
kids, the boys and girls here in New Delhi, ready for this quarterfinal. There's a
Game
big
one,
smile on their
time in,
faces.
0-0-2.
Here we go then. On the Danny Townsend serve, play begins. Pekao with the return.
Football. That right foot stayed on the line there. Side out.
Such sharp eyes. Byron says the foot was on the
0-0-1.
kitchen line. You can't step into the kitchen area, which is the darker blue there. Stay off it as much as possible. That's the rule.
Come on!
Unless it hits the net tape, rolls over to the other side. You want to attempt a shot with your foot in there, and You've seen so many exquisite earlies already over the last few days where they dodge the kitchen and jump out of the court while hitting a shot. The energy high, certainly, from Danny and George there. Roman with the serve now. Sends it nice indeed. Just couldn't get enough on that backhand drive.
1-0-1. Sorry, 0-1-1. Sorry, start over, please. 0-1-1. Point.
Quality pickleball in this quarterfinal. One apiece so far. You can only win points on your own serve. Take a look at the hands play here. Such quick reflexes.
Point.
Speed up. Such a key factor in those dinks battles, the hands battles. Suddenly you'll see the speed increase. You want to be clinical with that. Taking their time, Danny Townsend and George Wall.
2-1-1.
Oh, what an angle, Pekka. She's known for these exquisite angles. Nice delicate push there. Didn't do too much. Didn't need to. Intelligent.
2-1-2.
Wow! Listen to that applause. They're loving it. All of them here. Suddenly, with a new
3-1-2.
an added energy, courtesy some quality pickleball visible in that particular rally. The hand-eye coordination really world-class in that one. Wow, again they're going at it. You're going to see quite a bit of this now from the way it's panning out. Let's take a look at this again. It looks much easier in slow motion.
4-1-2.
The speed at which they return those in real time is unreal.
Point.
It's just so difficult to execute. Just make it look easy with the massive efforts they put in training.
5-1-2. Side out. One, 5-1.
I think it's just simply, it'll hurt more if it's hitting the upper part of your body. Would hurt less if it's hitting your shoes. So hence, a lot more apology depending on where it's hitting.
Five, 1-1. Second server.
Here again. Let's go, one more hold.
5-1-2.
Yeah.
Side out. One, 5-1. Second server. One, 5-2. 5-1-1. Point.
Pay here.
6-1-1. Second server.
Let's work it. Yes. Yes.
6-1-2.
Back to him.
Point.
This. Okay. Here we go, right here.
7-1-2.
Yep.
Fantastic rally here. Wow. Overhead smash does the trick for George there.
Slide out here. It's not too late.
8-1-2.
George on fire here. Danny approves. 9-1 in a quarter-final. It's a big, big
9-1-2.
deficit.
Side out. One 9-1. Point.
Roman, you can tell, doesn't show too many reactions, but
2-9-1.
does look a little flustered. Serving from deep behind the baseline.
Server.
Danny not giving them any space to breathe. So if George won't get you, Danny will.
2-9-2. Side out.
Here we go. Right here. No, you're good. Here. Right here.
9-2-1.
You see George and Danny now at the baseline as Roman and Pei attack the kitchen, and now all four players concentrated towards that dark blue patch of the court that is called the kitchen. It's great to see just behind the white couch where all the dignitaries are seated, a bunch of kids sitting, enjoying themselves. You can see them clapping, cheering. I'm sure eventually the camera will pan to them, and it's a beautiful spot, but back to live action.
Second server. 10-2-2.
As we see the rally getting heated here.
Side out.
Back and forth. And you can see the crowd enjoying themselves. They feel like they're
10-1.
part of the game. I'm sure I high-fived a few of them. They seem quite excited. We're still figuring out the sport as they walk past me. But one thing I can promise you is the lack of information has nothing to do with the lack of enthusiasm, because there is none of it. There is immense love for this game as it's growing. And all of these kids are really excited to be here and pick up a new sport that could be their future.
You can see in tournament number 1 here in Delhi, already a $50,000 prize pool, which is a lot of money. Will entice anyone. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been having second thoughts, leaving the commentary box and picking up the paddle myself.
10-2-1. Point game to Wall and Townsend. Timeout, change-ins, 2 minutes.
11-2. That is not a scoreline that Roman and Pei will be proud of or happy of. Luckily for them, the score has been wiped out off the scoreboard because they're reloading for game number 2. But trust me, it'll stick in their head, and it does count. Just because it's out of the scoreboard doesn't mean it didn't happen. Will need to come back very, very strong with a proper game plan if they have any chance of moving on to the semi-finals. Lovely, lovely atmosphere there. Crowds building up. Kids, you can see a little inquisitive, a little confused, a little happy, a little excited, as they should be at that age. Ask questions, and there, the beautiful, beautiful trophies. Sarthak, that looks like it's half my size, at least the one for the winner.
Such glittering, beautiful trophies indeed. And look at the size of them. Massive. And that's what we're fighting for. That's what the PWR DUPR India Masters is all about. While game 1 is what Roman and Pei would want to forget right away. Press that reset button. They're going to start the second one on their own serve. Can they make the most of it?
Gotta love that blingage. Always been a fan of gold jewelry. Love to see a little fashion included in sport.
Nope.
ATP attempted but fails there, Pekau. The finger goes up instantly from George Wall. You have to call your own line calls.
0-0-1.
And that's what George does right there on the left towards the bottom. He says it's out.
A lot of nobility in this game, where trust plays a big factor. You see that in Kabaddi as well, where you do call it yourself. And that just shows that makes the referee's job a lot easier. And if all else fails, then you always have a couple of reviews.
Well, one job that's certainly not been easy at all is the referees. He's had some really tough calls. He stands tall. He's done a great job over the last 3 days, Mr. Byron Fresso, our chief referee. But yes, trust an important factor in this sport. Players make their own calls. At the kitchen, it's predominantly where you'll hear the chief referee making the calls. But towards the sidelines, the baselines, you see the players make those calls.
Finally, feeling the vibes there on Roman and Pei's team, who've not had much reason to celebrate through this particular
0-1-1.
game at least. Both have individually played fantastically through this tournament. Remember, multiple games, multiple categories. It's been a long few days for them, and it's only getting started. We're literally midway through today, and tomorrow the big day, Championship Sunday, where all of the winners will be announced and those big trophies will be in somebody's hands.
One 0-1.
Yeah, all day.
So,
Right here, back. Turn all day.
1-0-2.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The Aussie duo of George Wall and Danny Townsend winning the first game. They continue to keep pressing forward in the second one as well. You see the 21-year-old Danny Townsend, full of energy, fully focused. Alongside her partner George Wall, the captain of the Major League Pickleball team in Australia. Lots of experience. When you play a league as big as that one, bring that wealth of knowledge right here. You want to soak in the pressure. These are different conditions. But as Australians, you also have to deal with a lot of heat. It's not always pleasant when it comes to the weather. Speaking of a Grand Slam, the Australian Open itself, so hot. So many of the tennis players struggle with the heat when it starts. At the start of the year in January, you see how much demanding it gets at that first slam of the year for the body. Tests your endurance, and another racket sport here where these two Aussies are looking to dominate. They've got off to a good start, 1 foot in the semi-final.
Wow. Just watching that rally gave me vertigo. Just so much pace, intensity, back and forth, as you can see on your screen there. Giddy.
1-1-1.
Hoping Chin may recover soon from that rally. The giddiness visible here in the commentary booth. Let me take over for a bit while he catches his breath and he recovers from his giddiness. Because I'm sure these high-intensity rallies are not going to stop. There's a long day ahead, and there's lots of thrillers coming our way with the quarterfinal, semi-final action heating up. Take a look at how intelligently she sends it cross-court there, Danny Townsend. She had the option available to go for the ATP. The fancy shot, not attempted. Plays safe, avoids the risk.
That's what snipers are taught in military school. Aim small, miss small. And, well, clearly applies in this sport as well.
Side out.
You can see how all four of them are so mindful of not wanting to step on that kitchen line. The darker shade of the blue is called the non-volley zone or the kitchen. Can't enter or you will end up losing the point. If it's your serve, you end up awarding the serve to your opponent. And if it's on your opponent's serve and you as a receiver have entered the kitchen, then the opponent serving wins it. You only win points on your serve, basically, essentially.
And just to add to what Sarthak said, even a line touch, as he says, 1% touch is 100% not your point.
No way.
Side out.
And haven't we seen quite a few of those, Chinmay, already, that 1% touch can become such a battle. You've been in between one of those yesterday. Wasn't it really getting dramatic? So many close calls, but one of them yesterday, it really went the distance in terms of drama and thrill.
Beautiful rally, spread out through the court. We saw it starting in close quarters from the kitchen area and then move back. But good to see that the game is looking alive now. don't want every game to get over, every match to get over in 2 games as Roman takes serve.
The speed on that, forcing the error from the paddle of Pekao there.
1-3-1.
They'll be happy with the start in the second game, Pei and Roman. On the top of your screen, you see Pekao in the white, Roman in the grey jersey. Now, on the right there, it's the Aussie duo right there. George Wall on the right, Danny Townsend next to him. They're the ones who won the first game for all the viewers joining in now. And they're looking to win this into a total of 3 games. Each game, 11 points. Down the middle with that roar, that come on from Danny Townsend. The 21-year-old is in red hot form at the moment on championship court. Here, let's go. The Aussies are getting vocal, enjoying themselves. You hear the come on, the let's goes a lot more now in the second game. They are being tested. Not as much as they were in the first one. The lob this time, Roman pounds that one away. The smile on his face returns. And you want to see Pekao smile as well. She's someone who's an absolute delight to watch, always a happy character in a tough spot at the moment.
Side out. Yeah. 3-4-1. Come on. 3-4-2.
Wow, on the foot there in the end, forcing the error. And Chinmay won't be speaking for a bit because the vertigo will continue. That's how much of a thriller this rally session turns out to be, and it continues.
Loving every second of it though. My head is not right in the right place, but what a game to watch.
Also, 3 of our athletes with such lovely caps. The only one not wearing one is Roman. Let's give him a cap. The style quotient missing on the head there.
Six, 3-1. Point. Timeout by the receiving team. 7-3-1, 1 minute.
In comes a timeout. So a breather for all of them. We haven't seen a lot of timeouts today, interestingly.
Something US fans would enjoy. Always good when the game is as uninterrupted as possible.
Mixed doubles. The other quarterfinal. And nobody said this time they said to get
15 seconds. Receiving team, you have 1 timeout remaining. Serving team, you have 2.
Here we go then. After the timeout, Danny Townsend, the 21-year-old, ready to serve. The Aussie duo
7-3-1.
looking to close this in 2. Has to be one of the best hand battles we've seen throughout the tournament. How did they manage to keep that going? Unbelievable.
8-3-1.
And you see Sarthak generally never takes sides, never this big with his praise, and if it's impressed him, it must have been good.
Second server.
In particular, how Pekao kept sending those back. The wrist control, just the hands there doing the job for her. But all 4 of them have, without a doubt, raised the bar at the kitchen.
Point.
And this will also help you understand how table tennis similarities show up here. What Pekao is doing is so much similar to what you'll see in table tennis. Hence, you can say it's a pickle of lawn tennis, table tennis, squash, badminton, not so much squash, but yes, all elements of racket sports combine and give us this sport called pickleball.
And of course, a little bit of chess, as you keep loving to remind me, brother.
Point, game, match, Townsend and Wall.
Point game match, says Byron.
Congratulations.
And the Aussies are through to the semi-finals. George Wall, Danny Townsend were clinical. 21 and 28-year-olds get the job done and dusted. And that's what we are battling it out for. The fight is on. It's for those glittering trophies, shining in gold and silver.